What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We are at week 12. So without further ado, we'll dive right into it. Week 11 last week, we had a couple of milestone workouts. If you were participating in the CrossFit Open, we had a really good entry-level workout this past weekend with a lot of movements that were familiar to a majority of the population for 25.3. So if you partook in that, that was a really good milestone workout for us. But the first one we took on this week on Monday was the Fran, which is a 21-15-9 with pull-ups and thrusters, 95 pounds for men, 65 for women. That's just a really good baseline, pretty much how much you bench in CrossFit. So we took that on this week. So kind of set our tone and our baseline for how we want to improve next year. Moving on from that, into Tuesday we had some squat strength with front squats and some stability work with strict press and Bulgarian Split Squats, shoulder raises, so on and so forth. Wednesday we had a pretty nasty 20-minute AMRAP of 500-meter row, 10 power clean, 10 thrusters, 10 snatches, all at 95 pounds or 65 pounds. And then we worked on some technical movements afterwards. Me personally, I worked on my cleans. I'm trying to get better in my front rack and my reception of the barbell in the bottom of the lift. So that's what I worked on that day. Thursday, we had a steady state day. I went ahead and did some biking. And then I also had a 21-15-9 on rower, ski, and bike, just to kind of keep it interesting, but kept it at a pretty manageable pace. So Friday we had deadlifts and carries. We had a 6x3 on deadlift, moving into bent over rows and so on and so forth. We're really trying to build that work capacity for us. And then Saturday, of course, was active recovery day. But that is the day that I use to do 25-3. So that wrapped up last week's training. So now we'll move into this week's training. Day one is again going to be a HIIT and movement focused training. So this one we're going to have 4 time. It's 1 round. It'll be 10 burpee box jump overs, then 20 wall balls with a 20-pound ball or 14-pound ball for women. 10 cal bike, 20 wall balls, 10 strict pull-ups, 20 wall balls, 10 wall walks, and then 20 wall balls again, and then you'll take down your time at the end there. And then after that, we'll work on gymnastic skills as necessary, whether that's pull-ups, chest to bar, muscle-ups, ring muscle-ups, whichever exercise that you're looking at improving, handstand push-ups, handstand walks, things of that nature. This is the time that we want to take to do that. So that'll be day 1, Monday. Day 2 is going to be another squat strength stability day. This day we're going to move into some paused front squats. We want this to be about a 2-second pause. So we'll do a 3x2 of that. I want to see this at the same weight across all of those sets. I don't want us to work up to a top set of 2. I want it to be heavy, heavy, heavy for all 3 sets. So we'll do a 3x2 there, and then we'll move into some heavy push press with a 6x3. So we'll have to manage our fatigue, and then I definitely want us to bring down our rest periods as well in between those sets. So moving from that, again, Bulgarian split squats for a 3x8, 3-way shoulder raise, sled push, and then 40 strict pull-ups at the end. Break them up however you need to. So that'll take care of day 2. Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to have another HIIT day with some barbell focus. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to warm up, get our mobility in and everything, stretch, and then work up to a heavy 2-rep clean. And that is from the floor into a squat. So it'll be a heavy 2-rep squat clean. So that way we can get comfortable. We've been doing all these front squats, so we want to get comfortable with catching the bar and receiving into the bottom of a squat, because that's going to be necessary for the training that we have planned in the future. Then after that, we'll rest a little bit, and then we'll have an EMOM every minute on the minute until failure. We're going to start with 2 hang cleans, 2 front squats, and then 2 box jump ups. Hang cleans for men at 135, women at 95. Adjust this, scale this weight however you need to. But every minute we're going to complete all 3 of those exercises and then add a rep the next minute. So minute 1, 2 hang cleans, 2 front squats, 2 box jump overs. Minute 2, 3 hang cleans, 3 front squat, 3 box jump overs. Minute 3, 4 hang cleans, 4 front squats, 4 box jump ups, and so on and so forth. And the box jump ups will be on a 24-inch box for men, 20-inch box for women. If that doesn't make any sense, you can reach out to me. We can talk about that. But once we'll take that all the way until failure. The time cap we want it to be at about 55 seconds. If you don't get it done by the 55 seconds, that'll be it. And then after that, we'll work on technical barbell movements as required, whether it's you're working on your clean, your snatch, so on and so forth. So day 4, again, is going to be our steady state day. Just naturally a rest day in a lot of training cycles, but I like to keep the body moving. So 30 to 45 minutes of steady pace training. So running, air bike, rowing. Again, like always, quick pace, but we're not going all out. Think about it as like 75% or RP 7 or 8. So day 5, Friday, we're moving into deadlift and carries again. This one we're going to be doing snatch deadlift. So for this exercise, I really want us to focus on our hand placement being the same as when we are doing the snatch. So that way, whenever we're pulling off the floor, we can focus on keeping our back straight, keeping our chest big, keeping our head up, so that way we can get used to that movement and pulling on that heavy weight from the floor. That's going to be key for when we start to train the snatch pretty consistently. So 4x3 on snap deadlift. Then we'll do a 3x15 in good mornings. And then moving again into our arms and carries, we'll have hammer curls and push-ups, supersetted, and then farmer's walk and shrugs, supersetted. So that'll close that out. And then day 6, Saturday, that's going to be our active recovery day. So 30 to 45 minutes continuous low impact activity, walking, swimming, rocking with a light pack, keep it naturally brisk pace, and just keep the body moving. If you want to get another workout in, that's fine. I know some gyms do like power hours on the weekends, like CrossFit gyms do power hours on the weekends, but just control the intensity because you still need recovery. So that wraps this training block week. So we're at week 12. The first thing I want to say is well done. Whether you've crushed every session or you've had a bunch of bad days where just showing up felt like you did something good, you're here, and that matters. We get stuck in this cycle of, lifting weights and chasing PRs and trying to do better and better and better every day. We start to forget why we started doing this. We start to forget, all the good things that we've already done so far. And we call those things milestones. This whole training series is about building ourselves up to be better, and the only way we can track that progress is with our milestones that we hit along the way and how those shape you, not just physically but mentally, like the mental barriers that you've gotten through. So maybe it's hitting a new squat number, running a little bit faster, or feeling stronger, more confident in your everyday life, when your interactions with other people, or you're just confident in the way you look. Whatever that is, that's what we need to keep track of. No matter how small that seems, all that stuff adds up. And most importantly, every single rep, every single drop of sweat, every moment you push past exactly what you thought was possible is a step towards building a better version of yourself. Not just in the gym, like we always talk about this, not just in the gym, but in everything that we do. So keep putting in the work. It's not easy by any means, but nothing that's really worth it really ever is easy. So stay consistent, celebrate your progress. never lose sight of why you started doing this. Because at the end of the day, this is all about you. This is going to make you better. This is making me better in its own way. This is going to make you better in your own way, better in your life, and basically becoming an unstoppable force at the end of the day. So, thanks for sticking with it this far. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can leave a comment in the video below, or reach out to me on my social media. I have that in the description below. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's keep grinding. Train hard.